Hey everyone, we're back with more Ruined King. We are exploring and checking out various quests and such. My knee's aching. Monsoons will be earlier this year. Mark my words. My dad's like that. When his knees ache, he knows a storm's coming. Fools like to say a ship runs on sweat. We all know a ship runs on her belly. Jeremy, do you run on your belly? Just a few more bounties and I'm buying my own boat. Oh, is this the bounty board? I saw shadowy clouds to the southeast on my last hunt, towards the Shadow Isles. You'll omen that. Welcome to Bilgewater Bounty Board, a collection of elusive enemies you must find and defeat. When a bounty target is known, it will be added to the quest log. You can search for them as you explore, sometimes by revisiting old areas with new capabilities. Once a bounty target has been eliminated, return to the bounty board and claim their unique reward. New bounties will appear as the story progresses. Malik, a conniving opportunist, has been kicking up problems around Grey Harbor. In stubborn defiance to Captain Fortune's will, Malik has reunited the jagged hooks and somehow manages to lurk among the deadly mists of the harbor. His swift removal would be greatly appreciated, and a service to the loyal citizens of Bilgewater. Okay, so what I understand about this game is you actually don't want to take on a character that is more than 3 levels higher than you, because you just don't do enough damage. Your damage is reduced and their evasion chances increased, I was reading. I think that's it. Your dog's ears keep perking up. She heard her name like 20 times. Sorry. A man bespectacled shifts and sorts through several stacks of paper. In one arm he carries a ledger, which he references periodically while studying the words on sheets in front of him. He looks up. What have we here then? A champion in prospect, is it? Come to test your mettle? Well, you've come to the right place. Before you stands the bounty board of Bilgewater, and I, Hugo. It's Stewart. How long have you been doing this, Hugo? How kind of you to ask me. The board steward. Almost everyone is concerned with just the bottom line, he says, smiling. I've been doing this for decades. Forgot if I ever did anything other than this. I just love the order of it, the simplicity. It occupies and consumes all my time, keeping track of everything, and I can't imagine doing anything else. Tell me about the board. What else is there to say about it that hasn't been said? It's the cause of and solution to many of the troubles around here. There's no second chances in Bilgewater, at least not as far as the bounty board's concerned. People, anyone really, come here with a name and an endowment. That name goes up on the board, and whoever claims their life gets the endowment. Simple as that. It's what goes on between putting a name up and taking it down. That's the real interesting part of the story. The bird looks stressed, and some of its feathers are missing. The vendor stall, free of barnacles and corrosion common to others in the area, is attended by a man with a serene smile. Welcome, mate, he says. Behind him, a bird sits in the cage. Who are you? My name's Barry, he says. It's a pleasure to meet you. I thought Bilgewater was as good a place for any as a merchant of my kind. It feels good here. The bird in the cage looks extremely stressed. It's losing a lot of feathers, and whenever the vendor wanders too close to its bar, the birds lunge at them. What's with the bird? Oh, him? I found him on the street. He looks sickly to me, so I've been nursing him. He and I have really taken to each other, he says. He speaks with the assurance and smoothness of a practiced salesman. Contrary to observation, the bird appears terrified of him. Do you know anything about the murder of Longshore Alexman? Oh, is that what that was? I saw a commotion over there. And a murder, you say? That's tragic. I hope his family's alright. Alright, we can buy a fishmonger's idol, a blue flame pavis, and a weighted brass idol. Honestly, I don't know if any of these would be better, so we're just going to hang on to our money for now. I rejoice in Gangplank's death. It was foolish to support him. Men driven by desperation can't be trusted. Men driven by Jeremy cannot be trusted. Behind me is the Bilgewater gondola. It can take you anywhere in Bilgewater lickety split. Safe as a house to boot. How is Bounty doing? Bilgewater's Berries, Bounteous Bilgewater Bounty Board. Boathouses, Brewer Grotto, Grey Harbor Blockade, Salvage Yard, Bounty Boards, Slums. How's the day finding you? A man says, leaning against a post. Are you Lenny? That'd be me, yes. Whatever you heard, it isn't true. If I could be of service, my ears are open. What are you doing out here? Just taking in the air. The salt of the sea is good for my lungs, he says. Do you know anything about the murder of longshoreman Alex? Alex? Oh, Al. He stops and ponders for a minute. No, I don't know any Alex. A murder, you say? You sound like you were about to say something. Ah, yes. Seems I was mistaken, he says. He steals a glance at a nearby street vendor as he speaks. Why did you look at that street vendor? Him? Oh, Lenny leans in and lowers his voice. Look, I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, I did see it. That guy there is Barry. The man is a butcher, through and through. Now, what do you think will happen if I told old innocent Owen that Barry butchered his brother? Owen's gonna get visions of glory in his head and run headlong into Barry's knife. Now, both brothers are dead. Do you have any idea why Doc record was made? Why is there a reason for anything? Owen should hear the truth. No need to get them both killed. Alex's luck has run out. But that don't mean Owen has to too. Alright guys, should we tell Owen what happened? Or should we tell him something else happened? Because it's also possible that Lenny killed him. Damn it, Bilgewater Barry. What do you guys think? She's good and happy? I'm glad to hear that. Bailey was laying with me this morning when I wasn't feeling good. She gave me her healing powers. Her little cat powers. Her silly cat powers. Jamie, Hussein, anybody else viewing? Should we tell Owen what happened or should we tell him something else? Neither of them tell... Alright. We'll say thanks, Lenny. Sometimes the best thing is to say nothing, he says. He nods, dismissing further conversation. Let's go talk to his boss first. Yeah, Barry was the one with the bird. Let's talk to his boss at the docks first and see. More coin for me, less for you. That's not greed, just economics. If we are here to save the Pelongi from themselves, then why this cycle of violence without growth? As it stands, yeah. And you gotta trust animal instincts, right? When I was a girl, we'd try to work up the courage to go to Grey Harbor. None of my friends made it. Closest we got was seeing the gate. That was enough for it to scare me every night for the weeks following. Down the road north is Grey Harbor. There was a harrowing there a few years back, ravaged the place. Before you can even get there, there's a blockade. All I hear are screams down that way. I wouldn't go there myself. Well, we're not gonna leave this area yet, we're exploring. This place is gigantic. A warning to those who seek yon passage this way, avoid yonder boat. They heaved me near overboard, threw my bottle into the sea, worst of all. I sit here to recover my bearings. Do not muddle self-preservation with cowardice. They are distinct. He's alive, I tell ya! Lamb wouldn't take him, and the wolf spat him. But believe me, damn it, Gangplank lives. You know who probably did it? Patches. Probably. Kicked him right off the boat, Patches did. Damn unbreakable Patches. Dude. Corvin ain't taking visitors. Scram, the doorman says. He has wild, glaring eyes. Alright, well, Corvin can lick my asshole. You know what would be interesting? You know how Brahm's story is like kids are getting sick and he's now seeking the cure? What if Brahm was the one killing the children and then he was so delusional about it that he also then sought a means for curing them? Like, imagine a game like that, where your character's the one that's actually murdering people, and you're also the one going on a quest to find the murderer. Brahm is actually just a walking infectious disease. Well, that's disturbing. Alright, so now we go down here. Okay, no, we don't. That's not where we go. We go down here. So doing side quests in this is apparently a good way to get EXP and money. Money, yeah. What? I've had a long day, taking a rest. So what if it's morning? Sometimes an hour still counts as a long day. Look, I don't see you here catching no fish to sell at market. Are you up here just to piss in my ear? I'll get up when time's pleasing to me. Dude, I didn't say anything. Piamet wakes up and then immediately goes to nap.
Do they tell any stories of you? The great guru truth bearer?
I am but one of many truth bearers. There are no stories of me that I know. What of you? Do they tell your stories in the Freljord?
Of course they do. It is good to have myths, legends. The Freljord, oh, it is a land full of legends.
Did he just ask you to piss in his ear? I don't think that was a request, but maybe. He might be down for it. Do I have any fishing stuff, by the way? I do not. I don't trust fish. Me? A rather intense man surveys the beach, remains of a beach ship. Most of it is too waterlogged to salvage. We waited too long to haul it in, he says to himself. Are you Darren? I am, and you are... Ilawi. A Kraken priestess? We got different names for the bearded lady, but I guess she's the same. Never heard of you, but you've heard of me. What's your business here, he says. He is surliness personified. Is there a lot of violence around the harbor in general? Always. This is Bilgewater, after all. People that don't like the law like Bilgewater. Do you know anything about the murder of longshoreman Alex? Alex? Doesn't ring a bell. I don't even know the name of most of my employees, so maybe I'm not the best person to ask. He was found dead. Any idea what could have happened to him? Maybe it was some kind of gang initiation. One thing goes wrong, tempers flare up, and suddenly someone's hurt. Happens all the time. That'd be my measure of things. Do with that what you will. I've other matters to attend to, he says. He turns away and refocuses on the ship being salvaged. It's a plunder crab. It doesn't look fluffy, but it's in the shipyard. The plunder crab stops and looks up, recognizing its name. It's Fluffy. After a moment, it turns back to the pile of trash it's picking through. Suddenly, it catches scent of the cabbage. One whiff of the putrid greens, and the crab is at attention. Fluffy stands at attention. The only thing left to do is to lead him back to his master. This crab has a fucking cannon on it. What do you mean Fluffy's starting to lose track of me? He's literally right in behind me. Fluffy killed Alex. My fluffers! Thank you for returning to him. Wait, this thing is your fluffer? That's disturbing. The sailor beams with joy. The crab stares at the cabbage. Who's a good crab? You're a good crab! Without looking up, the sailor hands over the promised reward. 50 silver serpents and a few chunks of raw cabbage. Fermented cabbage. Alright. Let's go tell Owen what happened, shall we? Alright. So what do you guys think? Should we tell him or should we tell him something else? Apparently you can get something, an odd jobs app on your phone. And if you're, I mean, you might not be able to in your area because you live in a small town, but yeah, Alex wasn't the, okay. So guys, do you think, well, I guess the only option here is, I think I know who did it. There we go. Is that a fact? Well, you got my full attention. Alex was being recruited into a gang, but his initiation went wrong. Alex got into a fight with the vendor Barry in a nearby stall. It was with the wrong person to mess with. Alright guys, should we tell him the truth or should we lie? What do you think? You think Barry did it? Lenny thinks telling him the truth will get him to run off and get killed too. Let's tell him the truth. If he dies, well, that's his own choice. He makes his own choice, right? We could also get into a boss fight and be able to fight for him. What do you guys think? You're always brutally honest? Okay. How about you, Jeremy? Honesty or lying? Okay. He was always hot-headed. I told him. I warned him. Even when we was kids, he never learned that just because he was angry, that don't make him right, Owen says. He looks defeated. He can barely look another person in the eye. Well, I suppose thanks is in order, even though I don't feel any better. Maybe I'll sleep better having known what happened. I believe this is yours. He hands over a sack of coins. Wish it could be more, but we were just longshoremen. What will you do now? I didn't think I was the type to seek revenge, but after you said who it was, just seeing him there, getting to walk around makes my blood boil, Owen says. His fists and jaws are clenched. Don't do something stupid, Owen. I better see to the body, give it a proper sea burial, he says. Oh shit, he gave me 250 coins. I was playing D&D with McRaunchy, and I played a gnome mage who was brutally honest. And he would just like fucking, like this dwarf's wife was dead, and my character just comes up and is like, hey, we found this on your dead wife. And McRaunchy was like, do you seriously say that? And he's like, I'm like, yeah, my character has no qualms with that. He's like, you just broke this dwarf. My gnome was very much all about the facts, not at all about the emotion behind them. It was fun to play, but it got us in trouble. Bilgewater was just too expensive now. I gotta put more hours in pickpocketing. What? Which way to Fortune's Manor? Keep going south, you'll leave the harbor soon. The door is locked. It requires a specific key to open. Alright, let's go check out the market. See what's down here. Looks like we can't go to the market. At least not from this way. We gotta go down below. Guardian's Ring! Okay. This gives less stamina, but more attack power. It might be better than what he's got. A little less stamina, a lot more attack power. Okay. But he loses so much health. They actually need him to have health, so I don't think this is as good for him. Since both these characters are kind of tanky, I think that would be better for someone else. See if I could fish. Whoa, don't scare me like that. I almost fell in the water. Shh, quiet. You scare the fish. Sometimes I pretend the fish and I watch the fish and pretend I am one. I've done that since I was a boy. Okay. This will put you in here. Now, is there a way to get a... You will find fishing holes like this one when exploring. While in these locations, you are safe from enemies and enemy encounters. To fish, walk up to the edge of the water and initiate your cast interact button. Once initiated, the casting power meter will display and cycle back and forth. Press the interact button again to cast your line. The distance you cast will be based on when you time the button press. When your line is out, simply wait for the fish to approach and hook onto your lure. If needed, you can adjust your line by pressing the interact button to reel in gradually. When a fish is hooked on your line, you must reel them in by pressing the direction button in and moving in the opposite direction of the fish. Many fish will put up a fight and require you to wear them out before effectively reeling them in. The outer ring of the fishing meter is the fish stamina and will drain as the fish fights. The inner ring on the fishing meter is your line strength, depletes as you fight the fish. Your line strength will deplete faster if the fish has stamina, so the key is to wear it out before reeling it in with the interact button. If your line strength is fully depleted, your line will break and the fish will get away. If you can successfully reel the fish back to the edge of the water, it will be caught. And once caught, the type of fish and size will be revealed. Your records will be viewed in the fishing journal. In some cases, you will catch a treasure instead of a fish, which can be opened in the inventory to reveal additional rewards. Collect different types of fish and trade them to the fishmonger for black market currency. Rare and unique fish can be found at each of the various fishing holes. Be sure to experiment with fishing equipment which enhances your line strength and ability to attract bigger and better fish. Yeah, okay. I don't have any. I don't have anything equipped to do this. Xanadoofus. Hello, sir. Welcome. Windtrig. Windtrig has survived. Blessings of the bearded lady upon ye. Thank you for the resub, Windtrig. Is that an official one? What have we here then? A new guppy in the dock, is it? Don't worry, chum, I don't bite. Name's Leo. She's gonna fucking cheat. Alright, you look like the capable sort. I'll tell you how things work right here. See, I'm a fishmonger, and everything on this pier brings me their... Everyone on this pier brings me their fish, for good reason. Let me guess. Because you're hungry. It's the coin I trade them for. The special kind. Chum. Alright, we got liver and onions or cappuccino. Liver and onions. Hard to find currency that can get you things you can't get elsewhere. And all I need is fish, he says. Where can I spend black marks? I have an associate over there in the Low Tide Market that'll trade for him. Also heard there's a huckster down at Baron's Rest Tavern, though I've never met him myself. No. Alright, we can get a fishing pole and a measly grub. Alright, let's see if we can figure out fishing. Wintrig, Doofus, how you doing? Wintrig, how are you awake already? Normally you don't wake up till like 8:30. Oh, that went off earlier than I thought it was going to. I caught it. I got a blue flame bass. Large green fish with silvery sides, often caught off the coast of Serpent Isles. Your gummies arrived! Remember how you went to bed at 1 a.m.? Ah yes, you went to bed at a semi-normal hour. Dude, fuck you, fish. Dude, what the fuck? Why is this fish so rude? Oh god, it's stamina back at the end. Blue flame guppy, a small fish with blue accents commonly found around the Serpent Isles. What do you think of these fish, Wintrig? Hey, Soma QZ, hello. Have you played this? Also, how you doing? How's the move going? I know you've been pretty stressed about that. Serpent Isles baby squid. A small squid, but fierce like a kraken. You have played it. You bought it day one. Well, I'm glad to hear that your move is going well, but it's slow. We have to wait and save. Have you at least found a place that you want to go to? Because I know renting is a fucking shit show here in Canada. Just ask Wintrig. She knows nothing about it. I thought you'd get a kick out of that. Alright, we're done fishing for now. Oh, fuck. Yeah, so this is, we're just exploring Bilgewater right now. We haven't gotten into too many fights so far. We did beat one boss so far in stream. Doofus, how are you doing today? Are you going to be playing more Kieran tonight? I almost canceled stream today because I woke up feeling kind of, not great. And then was still in pain about an hour and a half later. So I slept a little longer. A begrimed merchant sports a sly smile. An unusual location for an unusual dealer. You found your way into low tide market. Don't see something you like? Check later when the tides are different. New tide, new wares. Spend your marks here instead of at the other lad. Least you know what you're getting. No. Okay, so we can get a blue flame amulet, a chain of brewer's steel, and a prospector's ring. Tome of knowledge. Those are generally pretty good. And Tome of Knowledge. Okay. He has 20 of them, it looks like. Well, we can also get Dark Waters. Oh, we can get, should I just save? Oh, Lighthouse Key. Okay, so we should get this, because it's a key for a new area. I don't have enough marks, but... In the other game, I didn't save up the marks to buy the alternate costumes, but I kind of wanted this time. You're doing well. You're planning to stream tonight, but wife has somewhere to go and you're watching the kids. May start later than normal. I mean, makes sense. Gotta do the dad thing first. Makes sense to me. I can't sell my fish chunks though. Anyway, so over the course of the game, we're gonna get black marks, so gotta lurk for a bit while you go into a meeting. No worries, Soma. No worries. Wintrig, what do you think of this game so far? I know you've seen like nothing, but you did get to see fishing, so you were there for that. So this game is based on League of Legends. Not just based on, is from League of Legends lore. Well, well, look what's washed up ashore. I take it you're here to ride the elevator. First time, so it's gonna cost ya. What do you say, Maurice? The usual rate? I'll take that silence for support. You're not from the Jagged Hooks, are you? You're not supposed to ride right here. Your crew is means otherwise of getting around, he says. As means otherwise of getting around. We're not part of any gang. Sure you're not. Next thing I turn around and find a dagger in my back. You're all trussed up in that gear and want me to think you're just some ordinary sailor? you don't let us pass, there will be trouble. You have some fight in you, don't you? That's alright. I've learned how to tolerate, he says. He takes out a knife. On cue, he and his partner approach menacingly. But you guys are nothing. Oh, hey, stop sick. When a hazard or boon is not present, a wildcard initiative bar region will be randomly selected at the beginning of combat. Like hazard and boons, fighters that land within the region will be targeted and affected when the region reaches the front of the initiative bar. Wildcards can benefit all fighters, including enemies. Luckily, there are a number of champions, such as Braum, that can use abilities to push other fighters back on the initiative bar timeline into and out of wildcard region. Every battle presents challenges and opportunities. Use them to the fullest. Alright. So she can taunt, but we're not going to do that. Alright, let's take out the Padfoot. Or, Let's see. Light damage, deals heavy damage, only usable after dodging an attack. Okay. 25 chance to evade attacks from the balanced and power lane, so we want to use fast ones on the Yord panel. Minor damage and deals not. Okay. I'm gonna have you. I need you to get your tentacles out, so we're gonna have her attack him. Got a stack of them. Alright, well. Let's just do this. Haha! My character's got the haste up buff. Alright. Okay, they're dead. What do you think of this, Wintrig? Who are we gonna kick? Looking is fruitless. You should. It's on the test. Whoever doesn't know about the Canadian rental market. This thing's stunned, so I'm pretty sure they can't dodge, but... His stuff here is so expensive. That's fine, I figured he would.
Good try.
We should randomly kick the person with a name starting with W every day. We should randomly kick Piamet. Piamet starts with W, right? I'm down for that. Wintrig Wednesdays. Just minding my own business. Now Wintrig's only gonna show up on Wednesdays. We just kick her that day. Don't forget to pay the tithe, or it'll cost you a lot more than coin. I don't know about that. We just kicked the crap out of that dude. Good lord, your day sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, Faye. Do you expect it to actually show? I never expect Windshriek to show up. The way to Fortune's Manor is just down these stairs. Seriously, if Windshriek shows up, I usually get gastrointestinal pains and then shit everywhere. I better get moving. I'm due to work the night watch at the warehouses. Can't fall asleep again. I work night watch at what's the Saint Laurent Mall? Not Saint Laurent Mall. The Rideau Mall in Ottawa. You want to know what my duties were when I worked the night shift at the Rideau Mall? Watch for fire. Me? A pickpocket? Of course I ain't. How dare you suggest the thing? See, myself more as a high-class burglar these days. How can people live in such discord with the sea? Such a fear of depths masked by a hunter's bravado. I wish I could help them embrace the swirling dark. Well, okay, that sounds like that guy wants to murder people. The harrowing could have destroyed Bilgewater the last time it hit. Seems that they're becoming more frequent too. I ain't gonna stick around for the next one. Watch, you could do that, yeah. I also worked night shift at a truck yard for a few weeks. That's where I got assigned. But yeah, Windshriek, I worked fire watch at the Rideau Mall. All I had to do was sit in this area that was being constructed and watch for fires. The Great Sapphilite Heist, 4-5. Daring heist of the Sermago Vaults. Fortune in the Sapphilite missing. Early this morning, Sermago family importers reported a break-in at their luxury goods warehouse in the drainage district. Why are your luxury good warehouse in the drainage district? Anyway, a lone burglar entered a vault containing exotic beast anchors and stole several grams of concentrated sapphilite from an insulated cask. The burglar escaped by combining the sapphilite with an acidic compound and burning a hole through the floor of the vault. The whereabouts are a mystery, but their identity may be known. The Sermago family believes he is the notorious Damacian cat burglar Orliv Shakes. It is thought that Shakes has yet to sell his haul. Artem Sermago warned buyers to avoid any sapphilite which cannot be traced to a known Jal fish hunt. Anyone taking sapphilite from Shakes will be skinned and put on display in the Sermago Horror House, he told the paper. Next to Orliv himself, we have a place for him to set aside. I used to run with the Redcaps. Now I can barely run. You cannot tell me this game ripped off Battle Chasers or the other way around. I'm fairly certain that they were made by the same people. Like, hang on. Did the creators of Battle Chasers Night War make the Ruined King? Yeah, it's from the same devs that did Battle Chasers.